That's why Mo was mad at me.
Well,
He got that argument on air.
do we do the countdown?
It's up. It's recording.
We recording. Oh, what's up? What up?
Hello, welcome to Vibin with Veiga Backstage.
Wait a minute. I forgot to do something. I think I know what it is.
Don't even trip, it's coming for real. Come alive. AMG. We on our way out loud. Everyone else is taking the pay.
Vibing with Veiga, vibing with Veiga, vibing with Veiga. Such a life. Vibing with Veiga, vibing with Veiga, vibing with Veiga.
Ride around the town, windows down here, loud, I'm vibing with Veiga. I'ma get to it, another way I do it 2 times for the haters. Hella swagged out in my bag, I'ma keep getting to this paper. Easy does it when I see it, run it, I don't care, yeah, I'm a taker. I'm what it is, what it was, what it's gonna be, it's the real pretty thug. Veiga got a job and be bumping me in the club, and when I'm in her city, she showing me big love. If you vibing with Veiga, you vibing with Cinos, we really ain't leaving you no choice. And when the show come on, hear me on the song, yeah, that's my voice. We came to run it, yeah, we came to win. Sending your music, you might get a spin. Send her a shout out and send her a drop. Send her your info, she got it on lock. Don't send her nothing if your wish ain't hot. Please get creative, don't stay in no box. Giving you trap, R&B, and hip hop. Time for this show, here we go, now let's rock.
Everyone else is taking the pay.
Vibing with Veiga, vibing with Veiga.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Stevie Lights Out.
And you know this, man.
Everyone else is taking the pay.
Vibing with Veiga, vibing with Veiga, vibing with Veiga. Such a life. Vibing with Veiga, vibing with Veiga, vibing with Veiga.
This is Professor Griff, the ex-minister, public enemy, and I'm in the lab with my man DJ Smooth. Yo, drop that.
Yo, this is KRS-One, DJ Smooth. It's on you, kid. Show 'em what you got.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Raz B from B2K. And chill on my boy DJ Smooth right here in the lab. The Real Hip Hop Show. You know how we do it. Peace.
Peace. This is Brother Africa Bambaataa, the godfather of hip-hop last millennium, the Amon-Ra universal hip-hop this millennium. I'm with DJ Smooth. You better watch out, sucker.
So one of the reasons I wanted that to play is because the last time we were here, we lost Africa Bambaataa.
Yeah, definitely rest in peace, Africa.
Atomic Dog is still. Well, no, I'm sorry. Planet Rock is
Planet
still
Rock,
one of the greatest hip hop songs ever. Very controversial figure. I'm not going to get into any of that part, but his contribution to hip hop with the Zulu Nation and stuff was monumental. I don't pick a side in certain things, but that's why I wanted to hear because when the first time I heard it, I was like, wow, do you know the contribution to have that man, on the intro of your song and stuff, or the outro of your song? So definitely. So, but we're here, vibing with Veiga, back in the building.
Yes, recording.
So we got a very special guest in the building. And the man that basically probably has I've watched this gentleman over the last several years elevate. So he probably has one of the best studios in this area. And I've watched him constantly change, constantly grow, constantly do things. Mr. Nate or Nathaniel, how are you doing today,
I'm good,
man?
brother. I'm good. Thank you.
So one thing I will always say is this: you gotta give people their flowers while they're here. Like when you were at the old spot, I watched you grow and stuff, and I really don't think enough people talk about how great your situation is and how much growth that you've had over. It's been only 3 years, and then you just boom, boom, boom. And I came back to the studio one day. I was like, damn, this is different. And I was amazed. And then your elevation to what you have now, and it's always it's a pleasure. But it's to watch a black man grow. I think it's always an amazing thing. And then watch the black men being successful with what they're doing and providing opportunities for shows like Vibin with Veiga.
Backstage. Thank you.
Yes. And then for stuff like that, I think we have to celebrate that.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Thanks for everything, Nate. I'll say it every time, but I'm appreciative too because you're helping me come out of my box.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're all about. You know, I'm a strong believer in supporting those who are trying to do things, and if there's anything I can do to help, you know, I'm all here.
And it's not just a podcast thing; it's an internet radio station too. Indie music plays all day. Owner, music director.
Yeah.
You see, and
it's
when
a
you
great
can,
team too.
it's a great
sure.
team. And then also you do events.
Mhm.
So as you're growing, like, how do you balance everything? Do you sleep?
There is no balance. I think honestly, it's a testament to the people that I have around me. You know, case in point, Veiga. When she came into the fold, first thing she said to me was, "Well, look, who's running your radio station? Because you know I can go in there and I can set everything up, and literally within like a week, she kind of had it organized and had things in order, and the music's flowing, and you know the promotion started to grow and the whole 9 yards. So it's about getting good people around you that see the vision and want to work with it. You know.
So I will salute to Veiga for this too. Like when we're riding and stuff, like she's checking the radio station to make sure it's playing.
Oh, trust me. I didn't got the phone calls after
Hey, what's going on?
Here.
Yeah, I was in the car.
The station's been quiet a little bit. What's going on? I gotta go check it. And, but you know, it's one of those things where for the longest time I've had to do like a lot of everything, not just the back end production, but also try to grow the business. So you know, having somebody like Veiga on the team. And shouts out to, you know, some of my other people too. Lena, B-Man, Zoe. I mean, the list goes on and on for me.
Definitely.
But just having good people around me that's willing to step in and help out with certain things that's what it is.
Everybody plays their part.
Plays their part. Plays their position.
Move your mic up a little bit closer so we good.
I try not to block my face because I need a phone book to sit on. So like,
but if you turn it to the side, you actually all right. If you turn it to the side just a little bit, you good. Yeah, they can see you. All
right, yeah. So
I've been blocking my whole head.
But I will say this. Let me get on the platform real quick. So independent artists, you are looking literally at people who can promote your music, who can give you a platform, and they can actually give you a space to perform.
For sure.
Right.
For sure.
This is all in this one room, right? But what you have to do is support.
Yep.
So don't hit Nate up like, oh, when can I get an interview? Or when you going to do the? And then once he does it, and then you don't never share anything he does ever again. We were just talking about the funny thing. We were just talking about this on the phone, and it's like if he gives you this platform, that means whether it's Veiga or any other show, you will go through. You like, you share, you subscribe. Like it's not that hard. It's free.
Right.
Yeah, that's the thing about it.
But don't call the phone if you're not going to be able to do those things.
Very true. Very true. Very true. I tell people all the time, I said the biggest thing is with this type of industry period is just people supporting people.
Yep.
You know, and a lot of that stuff doesn't cost you anything. It's like, you know, if you got a connection to make some things happen, it's all about networking, getting together, making it happen. And then when you do that, you see the results. And then you move on to the next situation. That's all it is.
Well, I've always said, I say it like this. You've always treated me before you even knew who I was, or you know, and got a proper introduction. You saw me on other people's shows. I was like, if I get a water, no, get a water. Take whatever. You've always been hospitable to me.
Yeah.
You've always treated me good, and we have a good relationship.
Absolutely.
And you know, I value the stuff that you do, and I you know, I give people their flowers because I love everything that you do. Because this is part of what keeps me active and alive and stuff like that. So I feel really good about, you know, stuff like that. And shout out to you know, for Veiga for helping me, because I stopped podcasting. I thought, obviously, if you're seeing this, that I failed. But
it's a full circle because I was just talking about this earlier today. When I had my surgery, I wanted to retire. And I kept saying, I'm not going to do no more shows. I'm not going to do anything. And every other week, I would end up at his podcast. And even I was just like, I never was really in the background, but I just was like there, you know, we just interviewed a guest and I kind of was just there, but he would not let me retire. I was like, what is wrong with this man? Just let me go already. I'm done with the industry. And so I feel like it kind of worked out because it just worked out. Like, okay, Rakeem, can you do the show with me? And then Nate was like, he'll do the show with me. And I'm like, yes, I got two really important people to do the show with me. So I feel like it's like full circle.
Yes, yeah, I do. But it's when you do stuff with people that you enjoy being around, it's an easy task.
That's true. That's very true.
You know, one of the funniest things is like the last show was Nate was doing something. And then he said, he said, oh, you got Rakeem with you? He's like, yeah. He's like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you don't need me. Get off the phone. No.
But one, I love the fact that people have that much confidence in me. And then two, like, I'm going to do my best to make sure everything, you know, works out the right way. But when you have a great team, it's just so much easier. Sure. So one of the things is that we got, you know, focus on it. And if people haven't heard this, it's teamwork.
Yeah.
You know, and watch who you build with, because having the right team is good. Having the wrong team, that can take you down a whole other path. You know.
Listen, I've had my bumps and bruises. I've had people come through here that, you know, have done great work. I've had people come through here that I wish I'd never met. You know, it's a part of the life. It's a part of business. What you tend to do is you learn who to deal with, who not to deal with, and at the end of the day, you still got to keep moving. So,
you do.
Yep.
You know, I've always told people I've learned more from my losses.
Oh yeah.
From my failures than I ever did from my successes. Yep. Because learning what not to do, learning who not to be around, learning what not to show certain people to, and giving my all to these certain people has had me grow up so fast.
Yeah.
You know.
That's a true statement. That's a true statement.
What's your thoughts on this, Veiga? Because I know you've had your journeys and you've dealt with good teams and bad teams.
Yeah. And I think one of the main things that's always stuck with me when I first came out, we were doing party promotions, is my first mentor, the first thing he ever said to me was, one person can't do it all. So he automatically put me in team mode where I know that, all right, I can't host the party, DJ, and collect the money at the door. Like, so I always knew I had to put certain people in place. And then I believe in playing on people's strengths. So if I know that you're really good at something, but you always want to do something else, no, how about you focus on what you're really great at? Like for myself, podcasting wasn't for me in the beginning, so that's why I wasn't doing it. Or being in front of the camera wasn't comfortable for me. So that's not why I wasn't doing it. I was behind the scenes making things happen. So I feel like if you just play on your strengths and then you grow, because I'm growing and learning how to be in front of the camera, stop running from it.
Look, it's the funny thing is I remember being, because I've been on stage before, it was easy transition. But, you know, we've interviewed so many people that you got people that will captivate a crowd on a microphone. You put them in front of the camera and they be like, they get so nervous.
And a lot of artists too are so introverted.
Yes.
That when you do an interview with them, it's boring. And you're like, oh my God. It just becomes so boring. You don't realize how introverted so many people in the industry are.
Their focus is just to be more creative, not necessarily an outgoing person. Yeah.
So we would have at the bar, we would have if you were born, you would have like a 15-minute interview with me, and then we would just be like, okay, and if I ask you about your music and you say hot, what's the best take? What's the best song? All of them. Yeah, your interview is probably gonna be 15 minutes, and then the next half hour or whatever is gonna be me and my partner talking and engaging to be interesting as we talk everything from hip hop to politics and stuff like that.
Shout out to GOP.
His rest in peace, GOP. His birthday is about to come up. I don't know if it's the 15th or the 17th, but you know, it's always a tough time because his birthday follows.
So amazing.
His birthday follows my birthday, so that's always my brother.
In the line together. Spice is the 17th?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think he was
y'all are all back to back.
Yeah.
My old partner, we used to come on at 1:30 in the morning, and believe it or not, we were booked forever.
I'm sure.
But the pictures
that's that
really
fun
showed
time, you know
it.
what I mean?
Oh my God. When I look back at the pictures, I'm like, oh my God, I was so tired. You can see in my pictures.
But
I look terrible.
it was coming to our show, it was a party.
Yeah.
And I think one of the funniest things was one night I said, hey, we're not booked. We can have a free show tonight. Man, so many artists showed up.
And then I called one time and said, hey, I'm coming from an event and I'm just bringing a bunch of people with me.
It was a bunch of artists. And
I just showed up with a whole bunch of artists.
I was like, oh man. And we was at 1:30. So I was like, yeah, we're going to get out of here about maybe 2:30. Man, that show was to like 4. But
I brought a record artist with me.
But it was always fun. It was always fun. Shout out to them. Shout out to the Rise Radio or the Rise 95 family. We were it was always a blast doing that. But once again, artists, this is a place that you can perform, podcast, internet radio. But once again, we need support. Yeah. You know, I'm not asking you to drop $800. What I'm asking you to drop is a like, a share. When you see these shows and stuff like that, don't get on this is and the Veiga can say this is my biggest thing. Don't get on social media talking about don't nobody support you and you don't support nobody else.
Hit the like button and share.
Because I watch people shit. I've done this for almost 10 years. So when the people who say ain't nobody supporting me, when you go check, they ain't supporting nothing.
It's very true. I mean, I think a lot of times people just get caught up in thinking that like everybody's supposed to help them make it, and then they're gonna bring them on. But that's not how it works.
It's not reality.
You know what I'm saying? Let everybody elevate together. If you know people that do certain things that can help you get to where you need to be, y'all network and work together and make some things happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Success is it's like punching in a clock.
Yeah.
It's like going to work.
For sure.
You got to punch in.
And one thing that we offer that nobody else offers, I need to move that up. But one thing that we offer that nobody else offers too, like, yeah, we'll air your singles, but we'll also play your whole albums.
Yes.
For a small fee. But we'll play the singles for free.
But we'll definitely do, we've done creative things in the studio. We've done a fashion show in the studio. Mm-hmm. We've had live multiple artists in the studio.
Yeah.
Like it's been a lot and also doing podcasts.
Right.
This
and
is
all different types too.
You're not going to find a podcast set up with truthfully, because I know those are monitor speakers. Truthfully, I know the type of webcams that we have. Like, I know the value of these things. So you're not going to find a podcast studio that can offer you these things. It's not just it's not just some rinky-dink stuff. Like, right. You know, I can literally control a remote to zoom in and out without having to move or anything. Like, I know these things, so I know the value of these things. You know, because like I said, I've been doing this for almost 10 years. So you're not going to find that. You're not going to find a whole room where a whole band can play. Yeah,
which is dope. I'm gonna bring my son up here
and be on video and audio at the same time, and get your recording. I mean, you know, we try to take care of everything. I mean, that's the name of the game for us.
You know, clarity. Like, he doesn't have house speakers; he has monitor speakers. And for those that know, you know, audio, know the difference of a PA speaker and a monitor speaker, sure. Or a computer speaker. Like, the clarity of a monitor speaker is very different. Mm-hmm. It's, you know, that's all Beat by Dre was monitor speakers. That's all they were, monitor headphones. Mm-hmm. But it's you know, we talk about the quality of what goes on here, and it's amazing. And as a black man, we're going into Juneteenth, so you know, as a black man doing a black business, you know, definitely needs your support, and definitely the growth and stuff. And because you do other things, you throw events. Tell us about some of the events you throw.
I'm actually, once I leave here, I'm on my way to B&G Tavern. We do that every Sunday. DJ with that, and you know, we put together, promote events, as well as we also help small businesses grow their audience. We put together packages where, you know, we'll come out and promote, we'll come out and DJ and help you get out there and market, street team, the whole 9 yards. So we do it all.
You said your favorite word, Veiga.
I tell you this, the last party I had was probably the last time that I actually went out and did like foot flyers. And
it's so much fun.
It is, you know, because I was out there doing it. I'm out there by myself, but I was sitting there thinking, I was like, yeah, this is where the grind really starts. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
The fact that you want to get out and make sure that everybody, you know, and then you start talking to the people, what you got going on, and you telling them, and to see them actually show up to your event, and they don't know you from a can of paint, but they just vibing with you.
It's dope.
That's what's
It's a good feeling.
I passed out my first flyer when I was 8 years old. And then as an adult, my dad had his own business, and we used to go down to what's the water called?
The waterfront?
No.
Chesapeake?
No. Where the cherry blossoms are.
The wharf. Oh, the Potomac.
Yeah, but it's a word.
The Tidal Basin.
Tidal Basin. Yeah. See, I grew up with Tidal Basin. So my dad would go down there, and he would set up his displays and stuff, and he would have all these flyers, and they're just sitting there, and I'm like, why are you not passing them out? So I was like, I'll do it. And he said, as long as I can see you, you can pass them out. So that's what I did. Pass them out. And then, I was cute, my little princess. So, so people are like, oh.
As you can see, she was a modest child.
Yeah, always been very modest. Yes. And then I ran into Target Squad when I was at an event. Like, I was just out there with my homeboy, and they were passing out flyers, and it just like sparked something. I was like, oh my God, I love doing that. And then next thing you know, I was in the game passing out flyers, and all this history. But I love street team. Yeah, you learn a lot, and you meet a lot of people that way.
Like, honestly, the amount of knowledge on this panel is ridiculous.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like, we could literally just sit here and tell you stories for the next 4 hours of just different things that we each have done and stuff. And I think that's so dope, because very rarely do you get that in one room.
Yeah, that's true. Iron sharpens iron.
It does. Even I've never had to do street team. Oh no, that's a lie. Because we did it for when Gilly came out in Philly. We passed this stuff out when he came out in Philly at the was it the garage or something like that. So
street team is fun. You meet so many people.
You do.
I've met so many people that they tell me they come to all my parties and they didn't even know it was me.
Damn.
They would see my logo. I used to always go to the barbershops, and I'd be like, hey y'all, I got the new flyers for this week. And one of the customers at the barbershop was like, oh, let me see that. And he said, oh, Veiga, I go to all his parties. They was like, his? They said, that's Veiga right there. He said, Veiga is a girl? I'm like, yeah, but thank you for the support.
Right.
You thought you were a street fighter.
Oh, yeah, I know, right? Basically, I am. Street fighter for the artist.
Definitely. It's so much talent in the DMV. Definitely. We have independent movies that are coming out. We have independent music. We have concerts. Everything from hip hop to go-go. How do you choose what events that either one of y'all would like to work on?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's for both of y'all.
Yeah. Okay. You want to go first, Nate?
Yeah, I say for me, most of the stuff that I try to do kind of stays within my age range, for one. So if it's a situation where I know I can go and have a good time, I like to attach myself to it. Like even with B&G Tavern, for example, it's more of an older, laid-back crowd. They pretty much just unwinding for the week, just want to have a good day before they go to work.
Yeah,
those type of events are what I like. I DJ a lot, but I barely do any clubs. I may do a club here and there. Most of my stuff is private events or actual events that we put together ourselves.
That makes sense.
So it works for me.
I feel like I've outgrown club life too.
And that's the thing for me. You know?
It's like you've done it so many times too. Now when people invite me out, it has to make sense. Like, have I already done that? Or like it just has to be something different. Because when a lot of people contact me all the time and they want to do things with me, but I've already done it. I did so many years of open mics that when you ask me to do open mic, I'm like, no thanks. I'm like, do you want me to show up and talk or something? Like, unless I'm a bigger part of it, just showing up. Like, I like coming to be a judge. I'll come and be a judge or something, but I just can't come to an open mic just to come. I mean, I'm always looking for independent artists and stuff, but it's like, I don't want to say it's a downgrade. But it's kind of going backwards because I've elevated so much, even though I know that's what new artists are.
Well, well, new artists have many different ways they can find people that we didn't have 10, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So
it's different. Yeah.
So them finding you is an easy thing.
You can literally Google When you type in on Instagram and I give my my information to people, once you put in VEI, it usually just pops up.
Yeah.
Be like, there you go.
So they can find you regardless. But we just had this conversation when I was getting in the car with her. I was like, look, I only go out when it's important.
Yeah.
If
That's-
it's not
that's
if
true.
if it's not an event that I'm needed for, or if I'm doing something productive, then I'm not leaving my house for that.
And, you know, money plays a part too, because I've been getting paid to come out since my early days. So just when I have, you know, I mean, I just had such a huge following back in the day when it was for parties. My very first party, okay, I'm gonna tell y'all how Vegas started. Okay, I went out to a party, and all I did was text all my friends and was like, "Hey, I'm coming out tonight. I'm going to a party," and I never go to parties. So I came out so deep that the host who had invited me out introduced me to the promoter, and next thing you know, that's how I was on street team that night.
So you came out like Wu-Tang Clan?
Yeah, I came out so deep it was insane. He was like, "Can you do this all the time?" And I wasn't thinking anything of it. I was like, "Yeah, sure." Every time I say I go out, they just come with me. And I didn't even dress up. I literally used to come out in t-shirt, jeans, and I used to always wear boy clothes. So I didn't even look like a girl. I mean, I came out looking like boy with some sneakers on. So I have elevated a little bit.
Yeah, you wear high heels now. So
Yeah,
you step the game up. Step the game up.
Sorry, I'm wearing girl clothes. It was crazy. I didn't even know what size I wore in girl clothes. I had been wearing boy clothes for so long. I just hung with guys, so we all went shopping together. Yeah, that's wild.
You usually living that tomboy life.
Yeah, basically. I still play with Barbie dolls and stuff.
How you gonna dress like a tomboy but play with Barbie dolls?
Hey, I still am nurturing. I'm the oldest of 4. I'm still a nurturing thug.
So, I guess I can pose this to both of y'all too. Okay. How do you give some of these upcoming artists, whether they're in a band or whether they're a solo artist, like what type of advice would you give them and stuff?
One, I just gave some advice this past weekend to my little cousin. Make sure that your music is protected. And what is your purpose in doing it? Are you doing it for fun? Are you doing it because you want to make money? What is it that you want to do? That way I know how I can help you.
That's a good answer.
Thank you.
I think for me it's understand what your purpose is and work on your marketing. Marketing is everything.
Yep.
It is.
Just making music and putting it out there, and you're not even knowing if it's quality music yourself. Meaning, you got a lot of kids that can go in here and they can pick up their cell phone and create a song. Is the quality there? Is this something that you see somebody really catching on with? Forget the lyrics and the hook for a minute. Let's make sure that you're putting out quality stuff. Because when you get your opportunity to present that to someone, you don't want it to sound like you just made this jump in your car on the way here.
Right.
You get a lot of people that, yeah, man, I'm making music, and you listen to it and it's like, bro, I don't know where you made this music at. I don't know if you was in a tin can or what you were doing, but you gotta get the quality together. I can't do anything with that.
I want to touch on two things both of y'all said. Okay. Let's go with music. I remember we were judging. Unfortunately, they had me to judge people's music for the Titan Arts Awards one year, and so they came in, and the dude, I can tell, he mixed it on his phone, and he came in, and he was just like, and he played it, and I was like, "Yo, stop!" You know me, we gonna stop. I'm not going through 5 or 2 minutes. I was like, "Stop!" And he was like, "Well," I said, "The quality's not there."
Right.
And then the first thing he said was, "Nah, it's your speakers."
Oh.
So what was bad about that was the speakers that we were using was my speakers that were monitor speakers. So I was like, "Do you know what monitor speakers are?" And he was like, "Huh?" I was like, "These are monitors. These are not computer speakers. They're monitor speakers." He said, "What does that mean?" I was like, "I can tell." And he was like, "What does that mean?" I was like, "You ever been to a big studio?" He was like, Yeah. I was like, well, if you've been to a studio, you would know those are what you use in a studio. Now, I've run 7 days a week podcasts here off of these speakers. Plus, prior to me bringing these speakers here, the guy I bought them from, His name is Javon, and he has recorded artists from KRS One to Chubb Rock, and I've known him for years.
Mhm.
And those are monitor speakers, so I can guarantee you did not know what they were because you didn't you whatever you're using at home sucks.
Yeah.
And he was just like, oh well, I was like, you mix this. I was like, this is a rough mix. This is not even a final mix.
There you go.
And I was like, you only get one impression to play your stuff to people.
Yeah.
If you do not give the right impression, then we're going to be on to the next.
Yep.
And I said, not saying I dislike your stuff. I'm just saying like the impression that you gave me is that you need work.
Yeah.
So he got offended,
Yeah.
as most people do. And I was like, okay, well, next. And the next people came and they played some stuff. And I told him the same thing. I said, your quality is not good. And he was like, how do you know? I was like, because it's slow. Well, this ain't even my best song. I said, well, if this is a contest for you to get onto something, why would you not play your best song?
Right. I hate it when artists say that.
So then they played me their best song, and I was like, your quality's still not good. And they was like, what do you mean? I said, this hasn't been mixed or mastered. And they were like, well, what do you know? So I said, okay, you sure you want to ask that question? And they were like, sure. So I was like, hey, Renegade, come here. I was like, send me your music. So he sent his music. So I said, now listen to his versus yours. And they was like, oh, man, where did he do that at? Because y'all said y'all did yours in a professional studio, right? He said, yeah. I said, he did it in the house. They was like, well, who mixed it? Ask him. They was like, who mixed it? He said, I did. And then they was like, huh? I was like, yeah. Now ask him, who paid for the equipment he mixed on? He was like, him. I was like, yeah. Who taught him how to mix? Oh, okay. Now it's a different story.
Mm-hmm.
Because that. And then what you were saying, you're talking about, what was it you said that I wanted to expand on? It was
Having your music protected?
having your music protected.
Mm-hmm.
So for most people who put music out there, this is how artists get destroyed. You need not one, not two, you need 3 copyrights. You need to have your lyrics copywritten, you need to have the beat copywritten.
Yep.
And then you need to have the composition. If you don't know what the composition is, that's the lyrics and the beat put together. You know, a lot of people lose out on that stuff. I once met a dude who he's gotten all types of awards. We were coming back from South by Southwest, and we was at a bar, me and Renegade, and we were just talking. He was a composer and producer dude. And the first thing he asked me about that, and I was like, oh, well, we ain't got that yet. But he was like, oh, well, you need to make sure you had that. And then I look. He's done stuff for Hulu. So I can never send him music because my nephew never got it copyrighted. So he had done stuff for Hulu. He had done stuff he had won awards for like something on, or he did something for like scored a documentary for Breonna Taylor when she died.
Mhm.
And her story. So he was part of that. He was part of another big project. When opportunity comes knock, it will not come back around. Have you had it right the first time?
Yeah.
Yep.
Gotta be prepared.
You know, one of the things that we once did was, and because I didn't know no better, Mitch Cradle has sent us. We sent music to Mitch Cradle when he did Boss. We sent the song. I paid money. It was produced by Looney Tunes, who at the time had produced something for Rihanna, and we sent it to Mitch Cradle. They put it in the movie. So at that time, the movie was on Amazon. This is before Tubi, y'all. But it was before Tubi, Amazon was where all the black people sent their independent movies.
Right.
But it was on Amazon, and it was over and over. And then it went from Amazon to other stuff. Just think if we would have had the paperwork the right way.
Residuals on residuals.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's why you have to have the stuff protected. But when you don't do, like, if it's done right, you're not trying to, you can make money off of platforms like these. You can make money off of your friend doing independent music because you have your sound scan and stuff like that. It's just so much. It's so much opportunity that y'all did not have when we were growing up and performing.
I mean, I get questioned all the time, and people asking me where can I find music for my podcast because I can't use this and I can't use that. And one thing about us, we are a licensed station for one. So we can play licensed music. Now, social media still has its hooks and what you can play and how you can play it, so on and so forth. So I tell people all the time, create something of your own for your podcast. You ain't got to come out to the latest Drake song and the latest Jay-Z song or whatever the case may be. Get something that's your own, you know, and then that also opens the door for you to be able to play these independent artists that are trying to come up, because y'all can work a deal out, you know. So it's all kinds of ways to do it, but you got to have your stuff in order, 100%.
Definitely. What do y'all think artists do wrong the most?
Put the cart before the horse.
Yep.
Ooh.
That's a great way to say it. That's a great way to put it. Yep.
You get a lot of artists, especially you get the ones that you know, they done created a song that all their friends and the hood loves, and now they ready to go out here on tour and make a whole bunch of money and never really took the time to build a true project. You know,
or have a real fan base.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. I mean, I know you're trying to get the likes, you're trying to get the views, and like you said earlier, doing that nowadays is a whole lot easier than it was back in the day. Back in the day, you had to travel and get word out all across the world. Now you can just click a button and you out there.
Even when I did my open mic, I'm sorry.
No, you good. Go ahead.
Even when I did my open mic, I had people that came out just for me. So I would tell the artist, you gotta outdo me. Like, I'm not an artist and I got a fan base. So where's your fans? Shout out to fan base too. But like, you have to have your own fan base. And honestly, it can't always just be your family and friends, because your family and friends is not your real fans.
Yeah.
Even with me, my family and friends, I mean, I know I do get support within my family and friends, but I also know that that's not my real fan base. My fan base is actually people I've never met, or they'll contact me. I met this man in like Nevada, and he's been following me on social media for years, and he told me something that I said on my show, and I've only ever said it on my show. That's how I know that he watched my show. And it made me feel so good, because it's like, I don't even know who you are. He was just watching me all these years, and he sent me a message, asked me if I could give him a call, and usually I'm like, no, but it was just something in the message, and I was like, let me see what he's talking about. But yeah, he has like a space in Nevada or something. He wants us to come out, but it's in Nevada, so I don't know.
I mean, I'm always down to try.
But yeah, but I thought it was really cool, because he said it was something that I had said on my show that really stood out to him. And the show was actually about letting go, because, you know, the Vibin with Veiga show was always about a topic that helped people in general, wasn't just industry based. It was more of a self-healing show. It basically was healing myself to get to this point. But I was saying that it's important to let go, because we hold on to people that are not good for us. And holding on to somebody that's not good for you is just like holding on to a rope. And if the rope is being pulled the other way, eventually it's either going to burn through your hand, or you're going to have to let it go. And that's what he told me. And I was like, oh, you listen to my show. But it's a good feeling. So, yeah, got to build your fan base up outside of your friends and family.
Well, you got to deal with people that's going to give you real feedback.
Yeah.
That too.
Because your family and friends won't always be honest with you. They'll just think you're great, even though it's not great.
And then you also have to have a catalog, because a lot of people will have one song and then you're like, what's next? I don't know.
Before the horse. I'm telling you.
You know. And sometimes when you have other songs, just because you may think that this is my lead single, your fan base may tell you different.
Yeah,
for sure.
And that's why listening parties are good.
Yeah.
Because we even suggested that, like Keys and I talked about coming here to do a live listening party on air. I think that would be so dope.
Me and Keith have done it before. The last one just thank God it didn't air. Turned out bad because there was bad circumstances in there. I'll just leave it at that. Yeah. But we
surround yourself with professionalism.
Well, for every failure, there's a triumph in it. So learning that goes back to what I say of learning what not to do. So I learned from that, who can I have and this, and how to control. Sometimes we have that mentality that we want everybody to win. And just because you want a person to win, that doesn't mean they're going to. You have to have a person that's going to believe in themselves as much as you believe in them. And if they can't, you have to be strong enough to say, you know what, I gotta let it go.
Yeah. But we can do it here now.
Definitely.
Here, yeah.
But you can surrounding yourself with the right company is probably one of the most greatest piece of advice that you can give people, because if you surround yourself with people with that are movers and shaking, and that will pick you up or that'll motivate you, that will put you in a whole new zone rather than people who are complacent and staying or stagnated where they're at. And you got to be worried, because I always go to this lesson of when I was younger. I was I used to go to church before I became a heathen.
I think that's all of us.
But when I was younger, there was a guy in church. He was one of the nicest person I've ever met. His name was Carol, and his mom was named Miss Morgan. They were both so nice. Carol died because there was little kids that he had mentored, and he had brought to church, and he had took them to a park one day down by the Potomac, and they fell in the water, and he jumped in, but he couldn't swim, so they all died, and it was so hurtful. And they go to church that next day, and the lesson I learned from that is, if you can't swim, you can't save people. You can't save everybody. And some people you have to let go. And it's as morbid as it sounds, there's some people that you may love. There's some people that you may build with. And it's just some people you just have to let go. Otherwise, you put yourself in that position of drowning with them. Because someone did this thing on social media, and one person was standing up and one person was down. And it was hard to pull the person up. But when they said, "Now watch this," yanked you right off, pulling down.
Dang,
I was like, "Wow,
that's deep. That's real deep. I didn't know you had it in you, sir."
Every now and then, at the beginning of the month, maybe the middle, definitely not the end.
Okay, yeah, yeah, that's pretty deep.
But that's how stuff like that happens, and. I love conversations like this, because these are the conversations that people need to hear.
Yeah.
Like, we can joke. I mean, we can all joke and have fun, but when we have a real conversation of, hey, when people say, how do I take my career to the next level? Well, listen to this conversation. Not only listen to it, apply what we're saying. That's some of the things that people do.
George always tells me, you don't want to be the smartest person in the room.
You don't.
When you feel like you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room.
You know what I tell people?
You're not learning from them.
If you're the smartest person in the room, this is because you're in the room by yourself. I want to be around with people that makes me go, well, damn, I didn't think about doing that, but that's dope.
It's all about learning as much as you can every single day.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Yep.
There's still things about this business that I don't know, but I'm steadily doing my research. I end up running across the right people, and things start to work out. That's it.
Even like this, and this is from a technical standpoint. I've done this for a while, but your setup is different than any other setup that I've done.
Yeah.
So with the iPads and stuff like that. So the first time I had to do it, I was like, oh, how can I get a grasp of this? And then when I learned, it just becomes easier.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, cool. I like that, because that made me learn something new.
There you go.
That's the type of energy I want to be around every day, with people that make me learn something new. People that are going to put me in a better space, or want me to be successful.
Yep.
Those are the type of people that you keep around, because you can't be successful with failure, with people who are comfortable with failure.
Yeah.
You can drop some gems today, buddy.
I know, right?
I think we've all dropped some
gems.
Curry
out on the way home.
Well, when you when you have so much energy, that the people that you can vibe and build with, like this is an unplanned, unscripted conversation. So when you have that, and everybody can just flow, and you just feel the energy, and like, yo, this is a show to watch, because it's here to teach people things. It's here to give you the building blocks, and not fast forward, but listen to the whole show so that you can understand certain things and grow.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
My shows make me feel really good too because of the feedback that I do get. Like Wally B, for instance, um, told me that he always listened to my show. Wally B had to been the number one fan that I was aware of for Vibin with Veiga.
Shout out to Wally.
Yeah, and even though we had fallen out and then we made back up, but it's still cool. He still listened to the show, even when I threw a blow at him on my show. But Wally said he was listening to my show one time, and I think he had his cousin in the car or something. And the topic that I was talking about was something that she actually needed to hear. And he said, Veiga, no matter what you do, you cannot stop doing your show because you're doing something that nobody else is doing. Nobody else in the industry is talking about, are you in a mentally abusive relationship? He was like, nobody's talking about stuff like that. And I said, well, what people don't know is a lot of the topics that I chose to talk about were something that either I was experiencing myself or someone around me was. So I picked up topics that I felt like would help other people. And so once again, I'm giving. I can't.
And you should. You should.
I can't help but give.
Because giving helps you heal.
Yeah.
You know, and you never know what another person is going through. Even if it could be a topic that you just read about and you're like, hey, let's just talk about this. Like you just never know. You know, like right now, there could be a struggling artist that may listen to this and be like, well, damn, I didn't think about that.
Right.
I didn't think about, you know, putting the cart before the horse.
Mm-hmm.
I do that all the time. I didn't evaluate that. So don't let me reevaluate how I do things. So you just never know. And it's a good thing. I love stuff like that. You know, talking about mental health. You know, Black people have shied away from mental health for a long time.
For sure.
You know, for a long time, it was a scary word.
Yeah.
Um,
Most of us were living through it or dealing with family members
but we
were, but we weren't allowed to talk about it.
Well, the thing is, we become accustomed to pain and struggle, and we like, oh, that's normal, you know. And then when you talk about it, and then when you like, oh, damn, that's not normal.
Yeah, my sister and I just had this conversation the other day. She was saying that things that we grew up with, and she even related it to a conversation that we just recently met my son's girlfriend. And well, my family just met her, and like something that she has said, and my sister said to my son, that's going to seem like it's normal, but to me, I picked it up as a red flag, and I was like, really? And so it's like you sometimes just don't even notice things because you're so used to them.
Yeah.
Because I grew up a certain way, so I raised my son a certain way, and my sister's like, wait a minute, now that's a red flag, and I'm like, what is it? So I'm like, it's something that I will be more mindful of.
Yeah,
for
definitely.
his future. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, but growth is such it's you never stop growing.
Yeah,
you never stop growing. You never stop learning.
Physically, you might though.
Well,
like 6th grade or 8th grade, I don't know, but it was physically it might be over, but mentally I'm on a whole nother level. But the physical, yeah. That stopped a long time ago. I remember, you know, I used to work at elementary school. My very first day at elementary school, they had me go cover a 6th grade class.
And he was standing eye to eye with a kid.
Yeah, and all the girls in that class could not stand me. They thought I was a new kid. And I was like, I'm here to cover the class. And they were like, what? But I was only like 19, I think, at the time. Still the same height as 6th grade.
Oh,
So.
you technically were a kid. You were just able to vote.
Yeah. But I was so happy when those kids graduated. I was like, get them girls out of here.
Man, I remember when I was at Sports Authority, I'll never forget it was a dude, we called him Big Youngin. He played football. I was at Sports Authority like 5 years. So, you know, he was a nice size. And then during that last year, the manager came up to me and said, yo, you know who this is, right? I was like, who? He's like, dude, you've been selling this dude football kid for years. This is Big Youngin. What you do, swallow somebody? I was like, hold on. When did you become bigger than me? When you come talk? He was like, yeah. I was
His
like,
name was Big Youngin.
Yeah, I mean, he was big.
Probably because he was big when he was little, too.
Man, I was like, yo, you know how you square up and like try to run past somebody in football? Yeah, I wasn't doing that against him. He was like, no, he was too damn big. He looked like a grown man. I was like, how old are you again? He was like, I'm like 16.
Wow.
I'm like, I'd have to shoot you. Like you would not hit my kid. Like you were too big to like you hit my kid at 15 at your size. Nah, I'm like, get the gun, get the strap. Cue the 50 Cent.
Oh, I wanted to shout out Tito too. Shout out to Tito. They're going to be my sponsors for today. I love when people give me t-shirts. I will wear them.
Okay. What do they do?
Clothing line.
Okay.
Tito clothing line. To each its own. His brother is Anxious MC. Anxious MC is an artist that I've known since he was 8 years old. He was actually my cousin's. I'm sorry, he was my best friend's cousin. My best friend passed years ago.
Okay.
But yeah, Tito clothing line. Shout out to Tito.
I
He
don't-
sent me a hoodie too.
I don't have Tito's. I do, but I do have Eric Kusa
Yeah,
gears.
Eric Kusa.
I've,
Nate is over there representing next level.
Next level. And for those that don't know, we'll probably do this, talk about this later. But the last month and a half, I've been published. They count now. I think it's 22 times. We've been published 22 times with Eric Kusa. So 4 of the magazines have came out. Veiga did put me in
Beyond
the
the
stage
Stage
newsletter this past week. I think at the time it was 2 magazines that out. Now we're at 4, and we're growing and stuff. And we're constantly doing photo shoots and constantly submitting. I love my Eric Kusa family because I'll wake up one day and be like, "Hey, what is everybody doing this weekend? Because we need more content." And we just finished. We just did a boat shoot. I want to do a beach shoot next. And then I want to go down to Baltimore, and I want to go to Graffiti Alley also. So, hopefully I'll be able to get those things. And we also were looking at, we talked about it, but I would love, because I know Assad is going somewhere in August, but I would love to see if we can get a couple of independent fashion designers and do a fashion show.
Oh yeah.
Actually, a hip hop fashion show, stuff like that. I think that'd be dope. But I have I do have a great team. I consider Next Level part of my team. I consider Vibin with Veiga part of my team. Eric Kusa family, that's part of my team.
Definitely.
So,
We
definitely.
be trying to get free pictures. I don't know about you, Nate, but I just be hanging out and be like jumping in pictures. Like, give me a free couple of pictures real quick.
But definitely. Now, my team can get anything for free. If you're not part of my team, then hit me up for rates. Hit me up for rates. Hit me up for rates. And but it's been a blessing just to get that amount of work in. But when you surround yourself with people who are constantly moving and grooving, that's this. Shout out to Keys because we're still working on a movie with Keys, and then and John and Zay. And then it's also shout out to Melissa, one of the models, because we're working on a short film dealing with mental health with her that we was on the Zoom call this morning about. So we shot several scenes, so we got some stuff coming. It's going to be busy,
Everybody's growing. It's a great summer.
Well,
sure.
Yeah.
Well, we should be. Like, it's funny because when you surround yourself with people that elevate, then you see you elevate.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
So as I started the conversation with the stuff that Nate was doing, and we talked about how you've elevated, and now I just realized, damn, I didn't realize I've elevated too.
Yeah.
Because we're not just shooting guys. I've also shot a video. I shot music videos and stuff. But it's just the company that you keeps you in the right space.
Yeah.
Sure.
And won't let you retire sometimes.
Oh yeah, when you're a bully, you just stuff happens. Hey, if I can't go, then
you can't go.
Yeah, exactly.
Would not let me retire. I was like, I can't even wear heels. He's like, well, wear sneakers. And now you can't get me back in heels. I love sneakers now. So that was funny though.
That's true.
I did try to retire though. I really did.
Yeah, she did, and I told her no.
Yeah.
I really did tell her no. I was like
you probably love it too much, man. You step
I'd
away
be
for
sad.
a minute. You know what I'm saying? You ready to run right back.
It's like when I moved so far away. But it's a rock and a hard place. I love where I am. I love that I can see the mountains every day. I love that everybody know I talk to animals and I'm a weirdo. I don't care. I love that I talk to animals. Like I can hear cows in the morning. Like I like that life. And I never thought a girl from Southeast would like love that. Like I love the mountains. So I don't want to come back to the city. I just want to visit. And like I have no problem staying in a hotel. Put me in a hotel if you need me to come down for the weekend. That's not a problem. But I'm going back home.
She gonna go back home
I'm
no
going
matter how
back
late it
home.
is.
I don't care. I'm going back home. I like my life, and I like my life. So
There's nothing wrong with it.
yeah, I have a very peaceful life. I really do.
I really enjoyed the show. I guess we should get ready to wrap this up. We go about an hour now.
Yeah.
Uh,
Thanks for vibing with Veiga Backstage. Got any shout outs?
Yeah, well, let's see. Do I have any shout outs? Shout out to the Aracusa family, Aracusa Gear family. Salute to Assad doing this thing. Salute to Cookie, TT. Salute to Under the Influence, John, Zay, Keys. Salute to DMG. They're going to the BET Awards. They'll be doing some stuff down there. I won't be going because that new camera costs.
Yeah. I decided to fall back from LA as well.
I mean, I would love to go, but like right now, you got to make the decision. I decided to treat myself to a brand new camera, and hey, my pockets is hurting, but I'm enjoying the work because 22 publications later, it speaks for itself.
There you go. There you go.
Got some shout outs, Nate?
Yeah, of course. Always my Next Level Radio family. All the different shows, Taz Podcast, Talks with Tone and Team, TMJ in the Midday, the Icebox. Just the whole Next Level Radio family, which I include you guys in as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But yeah, it's been nothing but love since I met you guys, and I appreciate everything that y'all bring to the table. So
I guess next thing you need to start sponsoring boxing matches, but that's an inside joke.
I want to shout out JC the Ripper for my theme song.
Shout out to JC, man.
Yeah.
Good dude. Good
I just
dude.
talked to him the other day too. Shout out to AMG Nook for my hook, and shout out to C Notes. Like I always say, she knocked it out. C Notes did that song so fast. I sent it to her, and she did it so fast. It just blows my mind how well she knew me.
So the funny thing about that is, and I wanted to say this earlier when we talk about that particular song, it's very rarely that you get a song that actually has a topic, and she stayed on topic of what Vibin with Veiga was about, and I think that's an admirable thing to do because a lot of people can see the song as just like them rapping about smoking blunts and doing other stuff that's not you.
Right. Yeah, not me at all. Even though my birthday 4/20.
Same day as Hitler.
Same day as Hitler. You know, I got deemed on Facebook for saying something about me and Hitler or whatever.
So for real?
Yeah.
Well,
it was just a meme that I reposted.
Well, here's the great thing about that is because we have platforms that we can create our own Netflix now. We can create our own stuff. Black people are one of the most creative people out there. So we won't have to worry about being dinged on certain things because we'll just create our own lane and our own market.
Exactly. And the Vibin with Veiga show is going on Dreamplex TV.
Yes.
So we already got our own platform.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and definitely salute to my guy Hannibal, man. Rig TV in the building always. That's one of my partners.
I gotta get with him. We got some things that we've been trying to work on too.
Yeah, he been
trying to get that network together, grassroots.
Yeah. But he gonna do some other things. I'll tell you off air. But we gonna play one song. We be out.
Hey.
Shout out to because I actually we're working on this video, but I shot the video for my man Big Mile. We're gonna me and him got a podcast that we're working on, and it's gonna be us talking about classic moments in hip hop. Him being from the West Coast, I'm being from the East Coast, and our different takes on it and stuff like that. One of the topics is gonna be the impact of Illmatic. That's probably gonna be the first one.
That's dope.
Yeah.
He shot it out, and then we just had a conversation the other day because he took me for my birthday to Bus Boys and Poets, and we were just talking about the Beastie Boys and License to Ill, and then he was like, "Damn, it's the one time I did not bring my camera," and he was just like, "Man, we should have brought the camera," because the conversation was so great because he was just like, "You didn't really like the Beastie Boys?" I said, "Well, I'm from Queens," and he was like, "What does that mean?" I said, "My house is here, and the NC house is here." So when people are loving Run DMC. Then all of a sudden, these white boys come and it's you got to fight for your right to party, and they're going on tour with Madonna, and people aren't talking about Run DMC that much. You know, that's an insult to hip hop, to my hood, because we're forgetting the impact of if there's no Run DMC, there's no Beastie Boys. And he was like, oh, I never thought about it. I said, don't get me wrong, I like their later stuff, but you know, understand Beastie Boys got to go on tour with Madonna for their first tour.
Yeah.
You know,
puts you in a whole different perspective.
Yeah.
But here's the crazy thing about that too is Madonna's first audience weren't white people. It was actually Madonna catered to the borderline and stuff like that. She was catered to black people. But shout out to my man Big Mal, and we're gonna actually have him on this show right before
Heavy is the crown. You gotta be built for this. So many lies, so many kill for this. Sell they soul, cheat, steal for this. But only Allah can give you the will for this. Heavy is the crown. You gotta be built for this. So many lies, so many kill for this. Sell they soul, cheat, steal for this. But only Allah can give you the will for this. Heavy is the crown. Was it my choice? It was my destiny. In fact, it was the only thing left for me. The road less traveled, lonely and desolate. Praying that I stay just with all of my subjects. With so many other one tests. Knowing they ain't ready. All they want is some attention and a chance to be immortalized by this life's mention. Even when they know they'll have to face the consequences. Heavy is the crown. You gotta be built for this. So many lies, so many kill for this. Sell they soul, cheat, steal for this. But only Allah can give you the will for this. Heavy is the crown. You gotta be built for this. So many lies, so many kill for this. Sell they soul, cheat, steal for this. But only Allah can give you the will for this. Heavy is the crown. Legendary story of the have not that rose to glory, became a king with power and control over everything. And his immediate circumference, a real sucker-free zone, no punk shit allowed. And even though I'm the type to give everyone a slice, and still to take my life, fuck my wife, without thinking twice, praying for my downfall day and night, when all I tried to do was lead them to the light. Heavy is the crown. You gotta be built for this. So many lies, so many kill for this. Sell they soul, cheat, steal for this. But only Allah can give you the will for this. Heavy is the crown. You gotta be built for this. So many lies, so many kill for this. Sell they soul, cheat, steal for this. But only Allah can give you the will for this. Heavy is the crown.